Hello there, my beautiful thinking people, you. This is going to be another submission along with full self-drive. So I'll try my best to switch between me and the outdoors on our way down. So hit the like button. Make sure to subscribe. Let's move into the future organically. 1100 Walker's Line. Okay, nav is in. And let me try it right here from the parking lot. Okay, engaged. Oops. There, engaged. So I've stopped at my favorite spot, which is Zeal Multicultural Cuisine. And I have my lunch and dinner. And I am now heading to my start spot and charger. So, here's the topic I wanted to cover today. And I want to be as impartial as I possibly can, because in discussions I've had recently, it's become a very heated and emotional conversation, and I totally understand why. But that doesn't negate the fact that it still needs to be discussed. We need to be realistic. We need to see what's going on, and we need to make choices, everybody. We all need to make choices. Okay, so let's start here. You have the United States of America, lovely country with all kinds of diversity down there, as far as diversity of terrain, diversity of mountains, diversity of lakes. Like, there's a lot of diversity going on in United States in many, many different ways. Okay, so it's not against. There's nothing that I could have against the American people. American people, I think, are amazing people for the most part. I'm not going to say every American person is just great, but I'm not going to say that they're all horrible either, like some people tend to do. So we know for years now, many places across the world, you can go and visit, but if you said you were from America, you just got trashed, right? If you said you were from Canada, they loved you to death. So this is what's holding me up right now, just in case you wonder, why is he oh, it's just a really short one. Huh, interesting. They're just moving one flatbed car. Anyways, like, you go to places like Cuba or anything like that and you say you're Canadian, they absolutely adore you because they have a certain impression of people from different parts of the world. So what I'm trying to get at here is this. Right now, we have a situation where if you're from the United States of America, most of the countries in the world right now, they hate you. And it's not that they hate you. They hate your government. They hate what your government's doing, and if you don't do something to stop your government, they will continue to hate you from now till doomsday. Okay? So, again, trying to be as unbiased as possible, understand that if I'm standing on the sidelines, we all go to the same school, and somebody wants to beat you up. They just don't like you. They hate you. You did something to them a year ago, whatever the case may be. And here I come, and I hand you a baseball bat. I mean, you know what? Yes, I'm trying to be there for you. I'm trying to help you out. But what am I doing to solve the issue? Will that solve the issue? Or after you use the baseball bat, will their bigger brother come and come with a gun? I just had to turn off full self-drive because it's just, I mean, it's not a safety concern, but it's starting to do that back and forth in the lanes for no reason, cutting off people like that are coming up on the left. Why would I change lanes to the left when these people are trying to get going, right? And then cutting back to the right and then saying it wants to go back to the left. So I had to disengage right now. Now, sometimes this is a combination of things. It could be the software itself is getting confused and having difficulty. It could be the rain. It could be that I need to restart my display. Only God knows what exactly was going on there. But I disengaged. So back to the scenario. I give you the baseball bat. You use it. You win that battle. And then the big brother comes now with a gun and shoots you. You're dead. Did I help you by giving you that baseball bat? I want you to think about that. And then when you think about that, I want you to apply it to the wars that are going on around the world right now. Does it benefit for those of us who are outside of that battle to just go and insert ourselves and hand over all the weaponry possible so that you guys can kill each other? Like, just think about it, okay? I'm not talking about one side or another. I'm not talking about who's right or who's wrong. What I'm talking about is it in our best interest to stoke the fires of war around the world by making sure they have enough firepower to kill each other? Think about that for a second. Just really think about it for a second. And don't think of it in terms of the emotional baggage that has been going on in almost every country in the world, because everybody has an opinion. Okay, full self-driving is re-engaged. I just couldn't handle that back and forth. And again, it's known issue. They're working on subsequent issues. I'm on 12.4.3. They already have 12.5.2, which later on, maybe this month or next, will be distributed to most of us, and we'll be able to enjoy the benefits of a much better working program. Don't get me wrong, this one is amazing. In the city and on the highway, it's just, it would have messed with my concentration with all that jostling back and forth between lanes. Okay, folks, so on that topic, I want you to reevaluate what's going on with your governments. Not you personally. It's not a personal dig against you or anyone else. It's not a personal dig against any country over another country. It's a personal dig against the governments and their desire to continue stoking the flames of war everywhere in the world. Okay? In my opinion, and it's just my opinion, it's not worth it. It never turns out to be worth it. Never. Okay? I mean, you have to walk a mile in the shoes of the other side, no matter what the circumstance. Walk a mile in their shoes, and then you will understand more as to how to diffuse the problem. Not understand more that you need to put more flame on the fire. That's not what we're supposed to be about. We're bystanders. We're not supposed to be judging other people. If you're religious in any way, or Christian, or whatever you want to call yourself, then you know, judgment is not for us. Judgment is not for us. So all you can do is evaluate and try your best to bring peace, bring calm to an otherwise bad situation. So I wanted to get that out because honestly, I'm having way too many discussions with people who are angry. They're very, very angry. And it's very hard to have a conversation because as soon as you say something that seems like it leans on their side, they're happy. And then if it seems like it leans on another side, oh, they're angry and they hate you. Not really hate you, but you know what I mean. They just get their back up. They get their stuff in a knot. So, folks, I want this to spur some thought process and maybe a little bit of conversation in a calm and a soothing way to help people understand that what's going on in our world today has not been peaceful. There have been wars going on ever since the Second World War with an organization that calls itself NATO, which is supposed to be for the peace of the world, and all they have been doing is stoking wars. I'm going to get a little bit personal. You people who call yourself Europeans, and you think you have some sort of European pride, maybe you need to step back from your pride and take a really good look at what's going on. In my estimation, in my opinion, with the observations and the consultants and experts that I've been hearing, you guys have been set up. You're set up. You're set up to be weakened. They've weakened your access to heating oils and everything else that you need to keep your people safe and comfortable. They have totally squeezed you into a box where you have depleted most of your protectionist resources. If you needed to protect yourself right now against your immediate neighbor, you'd be depleted already. Do you not understand that a military machine is only supposed to be used for defense, not offense? Defense. You're not supposed to be engaging yourself in an offensive move that depletes you and your people of resources that they need to live. And you can say all you want, oh, it's no big deal. We're like United States. We print our own money, and we print it. Well, that's great. You want to print your money, you go ahead and print it. And you know what happened to Germany. Remember, they were running around with shopping carts full of dollar bills in order to try to get a loaf of bread. If that's what you're looking for, then hey, by all means, go ahead. But I'm telling you, Europeans, you better start thinking about you and your own people before you get your noses broken. And I mean that. You guys are devastated already. You have very little in the way of self-preservation, or, you've got Big Brother who's going to protect you. You know what? Big Brother only protects everyone until their nose bleeds. If you've noticed, look at history. Go into history. The only time Big Brother was even close to really a big sacrifice was when they thought the whole world was going to fall to the regime that we all know about. So I'm just saying, and I may be wrong, start looking out for you guys, because it's not looking very good for you guys. Take a look at your governments and the coffers and what's been going on with the spending, and where has it left you guys? Anyway, that's my observation. I want you all to think about that individually. Individually. Don't think this is an attack on anyone in particular. It's an attack on the governments around the world, because I think the governments around the world are primarily corrupt. And what they do for greed. They don't do it for the good of people. They do not care about humanitarian concerns. They don't care about your well-being at all. I don't care where you are, where you come from, or where you're going. They don't care about you. If it's a government, you might as well stick your nose up until you can smell roses. Because I'm telling you right now, most of them smell like poop. But for maybe a few. All right? Anyway, folks, I'm not going to beleaguer this much longer, but I do want to go in depth on another video to come. And at that point, I will get a little deeper in the weeds, which might be a little more personal to you. But I think, other than being angry, just put some nice comments in there, give your suggestions, set the record straight, offer what you know, and let's go from there. Because the dialogue is the only thing that really solves problems. Dialogue, not violence. All right? By the way, Full Self-Drive is actually amazing. It's that I'm so spoilt now with how great it is that every little thing is blown out of proportion with me. It's not as bad as it sounds. If the car's changing lanes safely, who cares? Yeah, it might annoy one or another person, but you've got thousands and thousands of cars you're going to be passing. If you annoy two, and it's still safe, don't make a big deal out of it. Love you all. Talk later. Bye-bye.